Hi everyone, welcome to Antoinette's Italian Kitchen, and now it's our Italian kitchen.
Yes.
Carson, thank you and welcome.
Antoinette and Carson's
Yes,
Italian Kitchen.
welcome to now my part of the country.
Thank you.
Italy, Naples.
Grazie.
Grazie.
Prego.
Prego.
Dolce and Gabbana.
Bella, bella,
That's
bella
all I
faccia.
know. That's all I know.
So I have to tell you what we're going to do today
Okay.
is shrimp Fra Diavolo.
Okay, that sounds like fried and spicy, right?
It could be very spicy if
Okay.
you want to put the red pepper in.
Okay,
Yes,
that's where the
yes.
Diavolo comes in.
That's where the Diavolo
All
comes
right.
in. And let me tell you something. What we're going to do is we're going to start, and I use really good quality. The base of anything that you do is great quality.
Sure.
So great quality meaning San Marzano tomatoes. And as you can see, they're authentic. They come from a certain region in Italy.
Right.
Where they're actually grown, and it's, I don't know if it's the dirt or the way they're cultivated.
Right.
But there's a sweetness to these San Marzano tomatoes.
It's the champagne of tomatoes.
Champagne. It's
They
the
only
best.
come from the one place.
And the best olive oil I use.
Now,
also
do you
from-
do the EVOO even when you're cooking and sautéing?
Yes, there's a certain,
Okay.
you have two kinds of EVOO. You can buy a cooking EVOO.
Right.
Or you can buy a regular EVOO.
Okay.
For this, I use the regular EVOO.
Okay.
And I take my garlic.
Right.
And
you just use a paring knife
use a paring knife.
put
I
big
don't
chunks
crush it.
in there.
Yeah, I like to put the chunks because, first of all, you don't want your garlic to burn.
Right.
You just want it to be slightly brown.
Right.
You know, so you put it in at the beginning.
And you're going to leave it in there, right? It's not just flavoring the oil.
See how nice and thin I slice it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just, this is a recipe that we use every single holiday, especially around Christmas. It was my grandmother's favorite recipe, passed on to my mother from Naples, Italy. It's actually probably almost 100-year-old recipe.
Right.
And we just love it. You know, I can just remember walking into my grandma's house and smelling this. You know, smelling the shrimps.
Right.
She used to do this, the Fra Diavolo. She would do the fried shrimps, the galimata, everything, you know, just like that. Favorite tool.
Okay, and that's your tomato crusher?
Yes, this is my tomato
So you buy the
crusher.
whole tomatoes?
Yeah, you see.
And then you just crush them?
I can crush everything, yeah. And they're so, because the tomatoes are so soft.
Right.
It's the way they are, soft and sweet.
Yeah, it's very velvety looking, even just in the bowl.
Yeah, and you don't want this to be too thick. You want a sort of a soupy kind of for the Fra Diavolo.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, if you want to serve it over a pasta, you can. If you're going to serve it over a thicker pasta, then you can use a heavier sauce. If it's a thinner pasta like angel hair, capellini, then you want a thinner sauce. This we're going to just do as a regular dish with shrimp.
Great.
Okay, so let's get going. We add some oregano.
Okay,
we're going to put some oregano in here.
Great.
Just for flavor,
putting it in there and the oil kind of activates the spices.
Yes, that's what it does.
Wakes them up.
I have a saying, and I love the marriage of ingredients. I love when the ingredients go together, one on one. It joins. It's sort of like it's making love in the pot.
Antoinette.
I love that.
This is a family show.
I can't help it, but
okay.
I get very
the
passionate.
oregano's making love to the garlic.
And now here comes the real oregano.
Oh my God, it's a three-way.
Yeah, this is the natural herbal one. The fresh.
I grow that in my garden. I love it.
If you notice, I do both. And the reason I do both is same with the garlic.
Right.
I do both because what it does is it just adds extra flavor.
So it's like
and
layers.
I even add, I even add extra garlic.
And is that garlic powder?
Granulated.
Granulated
Not just
garlic.
powder, but granulated.
Okay.
And then it just...
See, I want to learn all the real Italian lady tricks.
You don't want to get the powder.
Okay.
And then I like to add a little bit more olive oil as needed. Once you hear things popping, you know to add some more.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah. The white wine.
And then I cook with wine all the time.
Yeah.
Sometimes I put it in the food.
Yeah. Well, you know how they say you need a cup of white wine, a half a cup? I know by eye because I've been doing this.
And do we
I've been
stir
cooking
this now?
since I'm 10.
Well,
10 years
so it's
old.
been a minute.
I was I was stuffing eggplants at 10 years old.
That already smells like
So good,
a very
right?
familiar, like white wine garlic sauce. So you could kind of, this is the base of many different recipes, probably.
My favorite, my scissor. And I cut in my parsley.
And do you like the flat Italian parsley?
Yes, flat Italian is the kind.
Okay.
The way to go. Absolutely.
Look at that.
Absolutely. Smells
so nice
good.
and fragrant. That wine is cooking off.
So now what we're doing is we're preparing for the entry of the shrimp. Okay.
Right.
So what we're doing is we're making this delicious.
I'll tell the herbs to stop making love. There's a shrimp coming in, guys.
Oh, a little salt. You know, and tomatoes love salt.
Okay. Yeah, fantastic.
Got a lot of love going on here.
That's what it's all about.
What do you think it's all about? Limon.
Okay.
We
a
can
little
squeeze
squirt.
some lemon in.
Now, did you de-seed that?
No, you know what? There is one seed in here.
That's okay. I always get the seeds in, so I didn't know if you had a trick.
Yeah, I tried. Well, you know what?
No one's going to know.
The trick would have been to do it the right way.
I get seeds in it that way
this
too,
is
though.
The right way. Oh, you do?
They're never going to know.
I just do everything by hand. You know, I always have this saying, my hands are close to my heart.
Right. And that's the way the Italian ladies do it. Everything's by hand, the old-fashioned way.
By hand. My hands are close to my heart.
And then a scrunch of pepper.
That's it. We're going to put pepper.
I feel like you could even use this as the base for like your clams, linguine and clams.
Absolutely,
very similar.
Absolutely. But with the linguine and clams, what we do is we add a little bit of clam juice. A little different because it's clammier.
Right,
now,
okay, our shrimp.
The baby dolls go in. Look at them.
So these are peeled.
Big they are. They're gorgeous.
Nice ones. Okay.
Aren't they beautiful?
Yeah, gorgeous.
Ooh, so
it's all good.
It's okay. So you want to put them in when you put them in.
Right.
We want them to each have their own space, not on top of each other.
Okay.
We want them to all have their own space. It only stays in for a couple of minutes.
So we're almost like poaching them.
We're poaching them and we'll turn them. And what we want to do is we want them to get flavored.
Okay.
So we're going to cover it a little bit.
Mm-hmm. And then the red pepper flakes. So it's chili flakes.
Yeah, red pepper chili
And that
flakes.
adds the heat.
Now, this is optional. I don't really like spicy food, but a lot of people do.
Okay.
So what I do is I put this in at the very end, a little bit, and I always put a little side dish of it on the table. Whoever likes spicy food, they can have more spice.
And I learn a lot by making mistakes. And I recently made, some red sauce, and it said put in some chili flakes. And I used the shaker, and then the lid came off, and a whole lot of chili flakes came into it.
I've had that happen.
And I thought, this won't be that bad. But here's a tip for those people at home. I think when you cook the red chili flakes, they get even stronger.
They do.
Because it was extremely spicy.
Then your eyes start to tear.
I made a spicy bolognese, and it was very spicy. People were crying.
Did you enjoy it? They were
I
crying.
loved it.
Yeah.
But it was a
lot
little...
of people love spice. So
now, those cooked up really quickly. You can see they're getting translucent.
That's the best part about this meal. You know, and if you're making pasta, by the time your pasta is done, your meal is done.
Great.
You know,
not complicated.
My recipes, Carson, are simple ingredients, simple recipes.
Mm-hmm.
I try to keep the cooking easy and pleasurable. And now here comes.
Okay, now we do the tomato.
The tomatoes go in. And now we're going to stir it.
Right, and it's all just all those flavors are going to meld now.
Oh, they're all going to go together.
Right.
Marriage of ingredients. I love that. And now, here goes.
Oh, the red chili flakes.
The chili, yep. Well, the red pepper flakes. And that's it.
Great.
And if you want to put a little bit of extra parsley, you can. If you want to put basil, you can. I've got some fresh basil. I like to put the basil. Yeah, you
love a lot of fresh basil at the end.
I love basil, and you never cut the basil. You use your fingers. You put it in with your fingers.
Right, you just tear it.
Yeah, it keeps it moist, and you want it to keep the flavor.
Okay.
Okay, so now we're going to just stir it, let it cook.
Great, and you cover it and just simmer.
That's it. We're going to simmer it. We can raise the heat if we want.
Okay.
Oh, it's good. It's on a good temperature.
All right.
We can raise the heat, and it will be done. I want you to see how it's nice. It's got a bubble. As soon as it starts to bubble, we're going to be done. Okay?
And then the shrimp, you don't want to overcook them because you don't want them to get tough.
Exactly.
So it's all about timing.
You don't want them to shrink too much. These shrimp won't. When I got them, they were actually the size of my hand, and I had to take the heads off, cut them, devein them.
Right.
And it was simple. It didn't take that long to do because they're so large, they're easy to work with.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah, seafood seems to be scary to some people.
Yes.
And more mystifying than just like cooking up a chicken breast or a piece of steak.
Yes.
So thank you for sharing this because this was not hard at all.
Not hard at all. It's simple. It's easy. Let's see. Yeah. We just want it to boil. to get done. And that's it. And it's going to be nice and savory, flavorful.
Beautiful.
It's going to boil. Takes about 15 minutes. Some people, like I said, like to serve it over pasta.
Right.
And you could just
How do you like to serve it?
I like it either or with a nice piece of Italian bread.
Right. Dip in some
the
of that
bread.
sauce.
Dip the bread in sauce.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing better.
Okay.
Nothing better.
Wonderful.
So we're going to let this simmer. Slow simmer for about 15 minutes. Let the shrimp cook and the tomatoes.
And then we'll come back.
Yeah, we'll come back.
That gives us enough time to go shoe shopping.
Oh,
Perfect.
yes. Perfect.
Done.
We're back. It's
look
done.
at that.
Oh, yeah. And see the shrimps, how nice.
Gorgeous.
They
Shall I get a
so
little
nice
dish and we'll
big.
try?
Yeah, let's do it.
Here, we'll do one dish.
Okay.
2 forks. It'll be like Lady and the Tramp.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll share with you any day.
Here we go. Oh, that looks
God,
stunning.
delicious. You got to have the sucro. The sauce.
The sauce. Okay.
We call it the sucro.
And we can put some Italian bread in that later.
Yeah.
There you go.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you. I'm going to have a bite.
All right. That's a large shrimp. I know that's an oxymoron.
Oh. What do you taste?
Everything. It's seafoody, tomatoey, it's garlicky, it's
You can taste the white
so
wine,
many flavors.
the fresh oregano,
The chili peppers.
the pepper. And now if someone wants, they can put additional hot pepper on top.
That is so good.
Isn't it delicious when you dip the Italian bread in there? Or if you want to serve it over capellini or angel hair, linguine, whatever
Come
you
on.
want.
Forget it.
Bucatini,
Forget about it.